Okay guys, this is Jay Harris with Infinitybox, and in this video I want to talk about our express kits. In a previous video we've talked about our 20 circuit kit, which is the core to wiring any daily driver or any street legal car. It gets you everything you need to wire your headlights, your turn signals, your brake lights, and all the other switched functions in a car. But not all of our customers are building cars for the street or building daily drivers. They're building cars to race, and whether those are drag cars or track cars, they want the power of the Infinitybox system, but they don't need all the features of the 20 circuit kit. That's why we developed our express kits, and there's two variants. There's one kit that is for drag cars and another kit that is for track cars. Essentially it's the same hardware, they're just programmed a little differently. In both those kits, they start with our Infinitybox power cell. And the power cell is our solid state fuse and relay box. You're going to put this in the car and use this to power all the things that need to turn on and off in your car. That could be your ignition, or your starter, or a fuel pump, or your electric water pump, or a cooling fan, or a trans brake, or a line lock solenoid. All those get wired to the power cell. Inside the power cell are the fuses that protect the wires going from the power cell to all the things you're turning on and off, and a solid state relay called a MOSFET. And a MOSFET's a really important thing because it is solid state. It has no moving parts. And when you have a real relay, an electromechanical relay, you have a set of contacts that open and close to turn your load on and off. And under high vibration and high mechanical shock environments, those relays can fail. And the track is the best place for vibration and mechanical shock. So by using the solid state relay, or the MOSFET inside the power cell, you get a very durable and a very reliable power distribution system. In the kit, you get the power cell, plus all the harnesses you need to wire this into your car. It includes the primary fuses at the battery, the cables that bring power from the battery to the power cell, the output harnesses that go from the power cell to the things that you're turning on and off, and then the cable that forms the CAN network, or the controller area network in your car, and those plug into these two ports right here. So the power cell is where the real power comes from. Also in the kit, you get this pack of CAN switches, or CAN-enabled or controller area network switches. These are going to control all the primary functions in the car, and connecting the switches to the power cell is just done through this really thin data cable. It's just 4 wires, power, ground, and then 2 signal wires. So the entire bulk of harness coming from all these switches is these 4 simple wires. You mount this in your dash or in a center console or on your roll bar, and you just have to run these wires down to the power cell. It's very simple to do, and it takes a lot of the weight and bulk of the harness out of the car. Now these switches come from the commercial truck side of our business. These are optical switches, which means that there are no mechanical contacts in the switch. So just like in the power cell, you're not worried about vibration or mechanical shock damaging the switches over time. Now these come pre-configured for your starter, your ignition, your fuel pump, your cooling fan, your electric water pump, your lights, and then 2 auxiliary outputs. Built into the switch is the indicator, so when I turn the switch on, it sends a command through the CAN network to our power cell. The power cell turns that output on and then sends a confirmation back to the switch panel and lights this switch up to indicate that it did its job. When I turn the switch off, the power cell turns the output off, and as a confirmation, it turns off that indicator light. So you get very powerful diagnostics just in the switches when you wire your car with our Infinitybox Express kit. Now, not everything in your car is going to be controlled from the switch. So for example, if I'm building a drag car, I have a button on my shifter that I want to use for my line lock or my trans brake. I'm not going to control that from the switch panel. To control that, I'm going to use what's called the IOX, and this is included in both of the Express kits. And this is our Infinitybox input-output expander. Just like the switch panel, it wires to the CAN network formed by the power cell through 4 simple wires. You put the IOX where you need it in the car, and this has 5 wired switches that you connect to the power cell. So for example, I'm going to use the switch for my line lock, or my trans brake solenoid, or maybe I want a bump start button under the hood so I can set my timing, or I want to trigger my cooling fan off a temperature sensor. That's going to wire to the IOX. So these three components right here form a very powerful but a very simple wiring kit that you can use for any track car or any drag car. They bring all the powers and the features of the Infinitybox system in a very reliable package. So if you'd like to learn more, give our team a call. You can get us at 847-232-1991 or check out our website at www.infinitybox.com. If you like these videos, please subscribe and be sure to click on the bell icon to get notified when we post more. Thanks for watching.